opening. Boom!
We're not even looking at the camera, Kevin.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We are Rumble Pop freaking Live edition. I'm Donald. That's Kevin. There's Sal. There's Chris. There's Bonnie. All introductions are done. Let's get moved on here today. Totally just eliminated Kevin's job.
It's the only thing he does in the show is the intro. Let him do that.
Wow, that's messed up.
Wow.
That is messed up. That's not true, sir. That is not true.
The
Kevin does
20-minute
so
intros?
much. Kevin loves his intros like he loves everybody's mother.
Wow.
It's like
What?
like a sitcom.
I know. I love everyone's mothers. That doesn't
That
make any sense.
sounds like a good
That
sitcom.
doesn't make any sense.
Starring Kevin, and then you just go
If anything, it's platonic love
platonic love.
for everyone. Platonic love for everyone.
Kevin loves everyone's mothers. All I see is the poster on that is him in handcuffs.
I
That's
don't
true.
know about that.
Uh-oh.
Must be the wrong Kevin.
Everybody, my mom and dad are on. Say hello to my mom and dad.
Hello, Mama and Papa.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
And Papa.
Hello.
What's going on,
Kenny.
Mom Pops?
Hello, mom and dad. Thank you for being on. It's so early, so prompt. Look at us, too. We're actually kind of early tonight.
And Maria, hello to you.
You know, amazingly. There's more than one, Maria's?
Yeah, she's there.
Are you sure? I only see one person.
You don't see her? I see it right there.
Just popped up.
It popped up before it popped up for me.
Oh, aren't you cool?
Well, I guess my
Kevin's
computer's
so much cooler than me. Stuff's
Apparently.
popping up for him.
Apparently.
Whoop, whoop. Yep. Okay, so, yeah, go ahead, Kevin. Do some stuff, and I'll do some stuff. Let's get some work done.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you fine people in the 24 time zones. Welcome to the most crazy, most wacky, and most righteous live stream on YouTube. It is known as Rumble Pop. Now I'm going to introduce to you my co-hosts and co-conspirators. First, the man to my left. He is a madman from the great state of Ohio. He is Bruce Campbell's #2 fan. He is DC Comics for life. And if you have a problem with it, he just might pop you in the mouth. He was the 2022 Mr. Beefcake of North Hollywood, California.
That's true.
And for reasons unknown to me, he's been assigned one of the 2023 top 10 most desirable men of Los Angeles, California.
Also true.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man is socially lubricated. He is the original Donald.
Where's everybody? Where is everybody? Hello? Hey, applause now.
So many lies.
Gave you a golf clap.
Yeah, there we go. It just
Wow.
took a second for them to realize that you were done showering me with compliments. Is what they're used to, a little more complimentary type conversation from you about me, how
Yes.
great I am.
Yes.
So they probably were just
You mean
waiting
lies?
another second or two,
Oh,
which
okay.
I
Do not
totally get.
Stroke his ego.
I totally
It's
get
all
it.
good. It's all
I totally
good.
get it. Yeah.
Next, we're going to the Central Time Zone. We're going to that great state of Texas. We're going to go to a man who's a manly man. He's a man who's originally from Michigan. He's one of the most learned men in America today. He lays his happy hands upon the less educated. Ladies and gentlemen, he
Whoa,
makes...
whoa.
What?
Don't lay my hands on them.
Yeah,
Okay,
you gotta
okay.
specify that.
Well, in a good way. In a good way. Not a bad way.
No.
But anyway, he makes sure that his young students, they learn the thespian techniques, the thespian arts, to make sure they get a job in Hollywood or on Broadway. Ladies and gentlemen, he's lovable, he's huggable, and we wish him back on our beautiful live stream for the first time in about 6 to 8 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Professor Chris D. Turner.
Yay!
Hey,
How come we can't get applause?
Chris.
What I gave?
Thank you.
Welcome back, Professor Turner. The people have missed you. They've asked about you. They
Can I stop now?
need you. Yes, we're good.
Okay, thanks.
Next,
Jesus Christ.
we come back out to Los Angeles, California. We go to a special woman, a woman originally from that great Grand Canyon state of Arizona. She is a woman of high moral character. She is a true warrior. She is one of the top 10 Polynesian dancers in the West Coast today. She is a wonderful cat mom. She is the brilliant, the bewitching, and always Cobra Kai for life, Bonnie! Tuttle!
Yay! Bonnie's the only one that has her own musical introduction that
as
just
she
plays
should.
through.
As she should.
Plays through.
And
Said
last,
your name twice.
that's right. Hey, she deserves it.
Bonnie,
Last,
Bonnie!
but not least, a man who turns the other cheek. A man who was born and raised on the harsh streets of Santa Clarita, California. He is a third-party warehouse distributor for the great Disney Studios. He has a YouTube channel called Osiris Reed that has superb gaming and powerful
Bringing that
hip-hop
thunder.
lyrics. He brings the thunder. He drops bars like none other in Southern California.
That's right.
Give it up again for the man, Big Sal Hernandez.
Thank you, Kevin. You're a doll.
Thank you.
Nice.
And of course, I'm your humble podcaster, the Grand Master of the Jedi and Vulcan Arts, your Supreme Chancellor, Brother Kevin. Brothers and
Chancellor
sisters.
or Chancellor?
Chancellor.
Chump. That's what it
How
should
dare
be.
you?
Supreme Chumpler.
Chumpslor.
He's a chumpler. A chump slur.
Brothers and sisters,
Chancellor.
we're going to have fun tonight. Professor Turner wanted to do this topic in honor of his belated birthday last Monday. Once again, happy belated birthday to you, Professor Turner, fellow Gemini. We are going to discuss, we're going to rank 20 of the best Nicolas Cage, or really Nicolas Coppola, movies.
Some of these are pretty rank, I'm going to be honest with you.
But they're ranked well, nevertheless. And
They're
hello,
ranked, for sure. Oh, you going to say hi to Sammy?
hello, Miss Sammy. How are you?
God.
These, they're ranked so good.
She got
The cage behind
horribly,
me's excited.
horribly drunk at the Hollywood Bowl last night and puked on people.
This is false
in
because
the audience.
Sammy
It
knows
was
how to hold.
She leaned over the balcony and went,
Sammy knows how to hold. Sammy knows how to hold her libations. She is not a drunkard.
like that.
No,
That was her.
you're telling
It was
false.
embarrassing.
You're
Oh my
telling
God.
lies about Miss Sammy. That is not right.
I would never.
Yes, you are.
Hey, speaking of topics, I have a
You wanna
topic to
sh-
discuss.
She didn't want to share a cracker.
I have something I want to share with you guys. It's all about my pool game.
I see.
Here we go. Oh, that's right. That's right, everybody. Donald pulls out. That is where I talk about lovely comic books that I'm pulling out of a stack of books, and I think you all will enjoy what I have for you today. It's just a couple. My pool game was not as strong this weekend as it normally is, so I was only able to read a few comic books. I was busy singing Peaches, Peaches, Peaches and stuff like that, so, what are you going to do, right? So I read this book. It is from Image Comics. It's called The Tenement with Jeff Lemire. Another Jeff Lemire written doozy of a book. I really don't know what to think about it. It's all about these 7 or 8 tenants in this building and how they're kind of interconnected in a way. So if this makes sense, let me bring this up. Oop, that's not it. Hang on. Nope, that ain't it either, but I'll show it like this. Kind of how it intertwines all of these people within this comic book world, within this building, and one of them decides that all of them have to prepare themselves for some coming battle, some evil that's going to try to overtake the building. Hence the cover, I guess, with tenement there. So very, very fascinating. I don't know if I love it. I don't hate it for sure, but I really just don't know what to think of it, so to speak, if that makes sense. It's interesting. Let's just say that. So I'm on the fence. I'm going to give it another issue, give it another shot, and we'll see how it goes. I also would like to talk about one more here real quick. And I just have to mute a few of you guys to make this work. So we are going to mute Chris and then bring him back in. And then we're going to mute Bonnie and then bring her back in. And perfect. There we go. We got it all lined back up the way it should be. So I fixed that. So haunt you to the end, number 1. Now, if you look at this, you think it's about a haunted house, like a haunted building or something. And that's true. But interestingly enough, it's about this rich dude that brings all these people together that have like special abilities and says, hey, there's this island. It's actually, because of global warming, going to go underwater soon. And so because there's a hurricane coming, it's going to make it even worse. So the timeline that they thought has been adjusted. So they have to try to beat a hurricane, go into this island and visit the most haunted building in all of the world to try to get readings. And they don't know why this rich dude, he like makes up shit, of course, right? To try to get everybody there. But they all go on this plane and they fly there. And they land, and that's where this issue ends. So it's all about getting the team together. Deception, lies, hauntings, scary stuff. I dug it. I'm excited for issue 2. So haunt you to the end, number 1. This is going to be the Dolly Doozy pick of the week. So this is definitely my pick of the week. Haunt you to the end, number 1. So I definitely recommend that. If you get a chance to pick that up, please do. I think that one came out 2 weeks ago. The Tenement came out last week. So that should still be available on your local comic book racks, and I think Haunt You to the End should also be there. So that, of course, was the Dolly Doozy pick of the week, and we are going to bookend that with the image of me pulling out. So there we go. Yeah, I think that works, right? Did that work? Okay, so maybe I didn't think about the name. You know, I just thought pulling out comics. I didn't think about the innuendo that came along with it. And at that point, we had already sunk in thousands of dollars on that image and the animation that came with it. So at this point, it's too late. It's just there. So, you know, the segments Donald pulls out. That's just what it's called. That's the end of it. That's what it's going to be from now on. And I hope you all enjoyed it.
So it's not going to change at all?
No, I don't think so. I got a comment here from Grace. Says, I've gone blind. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah. Yes, I kept my shirt on the entire time. I don't know what he's talking about.
Talking about your face.
Oh, that's probably true. That's true. So we've got Nick Cage rankings to get to, guys. It's going to get nuts. It's going to get so good. The bees! The bees! It's incredible. Nick Cage has such a large breadth of work. Bonnie, I watched Pig this afternoon. So
wasn't it good?
I had to put it on my list. It's
yeah. I enjoyed it.
I want to get into this with you because some of the stuff that happens is so damn wackadoo. I don't understand why it's there, but I also love that it's there. So we must have this conversation later, for sure.
That pretty much describes every Nicolas Cage movie.
Most of them, yeah, like 9 out of 10 Nicolas Cage movies are that way. By the way, I had the honor of going to see Gray's show over the weekend at Santa Monica Playhouse.
I heard it was outstanding.
It's the Imagination Nation Superstation, if I recall, is the name of it. It runs about 45 to an hour to go see, so it's not a long investment in your time. And it's super fun. It's audience participation type of stuff. So they're basically just doing improv at a children's show.
I heard he made you disappear for a few minutes.
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I left to go to the bathroom, so I guess there's that. But otherwise, no. Oh. No, he did not do any magic. He did puppetry. So there was puppets. There was animation involved. There was musical acts. All within that small amount of time. So you get a lot packed in there.
Like you? Do one of the puppets ever look like you?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, there was one that was a vampire.
I see.
So I guess kind of. So I'm pretty pale. So I could be. But anyway, let's get started on this ranking. Yeah, guys? What do you think? You excited?
You're bleached.
Bleached.
Bleached. All right, so I'm going to pull up. We have some Nicolas Cage films. They're all ranked. I've got the final list right here. like that. And we're going to start with number 20. We've ranked his top 20. Number 20 on the list is one that I had completely forgotten about until Chris put it on his list. And I said, you know what? I have to add it to mine. Such a quirky, fun, ridiculous film with such an eclectic cast. If you tried to get this cast together now for something like this, it wouldn't happen. It's just
too expensive.
So interesting. Dana Carvey, John Lovitz, Nicolas Cage, and they're bank robbers.
It's fun.
What more can you say? Trapped in Paradise,
1994.
number 20 on the list. Chris, what are your thoughts?
It's he doesn't do a lot of comedies, and so I wanted to make sure that I tried to include as many as I could, because he does a lot of action films and a lot of I guess we call them Nick Cage films.
Right.
And so the fact that he's in like this comedy with these classic comedy people, and it's just a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember I've seen it a few times, and I remember every time I've seen it, it was a lot of fun to watch, and so I had to include it on my list.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think it's just a hoot. It's a lot of fun. Like you said, it's very enjoyable. It's all about them being in this town, and I think the town was literally called Paradise. And they were hiding out, and they just basically got stuck in the town because they couldn't escape, because it was like a two-lane road or a one-lane road with two entrances or exits, and they had them both covered, so they were kind of stuck in the town, trying to then make do with where they were. So it ended up it's cute, it's fun. It's a nice 90s comedy, I would say. So definitely recommend that. So Trapped in Paradise, number 20 on the list. We're gonna move on to number 19. Is Chris frozen? No, he's just looking down.
Yeah, sorry.
Look like he was.
Or maybe
praying.
he is frozen. Chris, I guess you are frozen.
No, he's just
really.
No, he's praying.
No.
Oh, he is frozen.
He's frozen on my end.
Oh.
Go figure.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do about it? Do you want me to try to log back in?
If you want to, yeah, you can log out and then try to log back in, see if that works. Otherwise, you might just stay in that position, in the prayer position. Chris is in the prayer position, which is fine. It's fine. Number 19 on the list. There we are. I'm going to go... this one was an interesting one. If you haven't seen it... There you are, Chris. If you haven't seen it, it is a hoot. I highly recommend it. Selma Blair and Nicolas Cage. The whole premise of this story is totally, again, wackadoo, but completely fun. It's mom and dad. And it is all about... So basically... There is a noise that's been put on the radio waves, and what it does is it changes a person's instinctual parenting abilities, so how they want to nurture and look after their kids. It makes it the opposite, to where they want to kill their children. So imagine, if you will, Ray Liotta from Turbulence embodies...
Really? That's the movie that you picked?
Embodies Nicolas Cage and just goes fucking nuts. It's, pardon my French, it is amazing to watch him and Selma just go completely bonkers crazy trying to kill their kids who are trapped down in the basement because they know that their parents are trying to kill them. It's so good.
Is this like
it came out... I'd say like in 2017 or 18, maybe 19. I don't know, somewhere around there. It's not very old.
18.
2018.
I haven't seen this one. I need to put this on my list.
Oh, it's fantastic, Chris. If you love Nick Cage, if you love full Nick Cage, you will love this one. It's not like insane Nick Cage, but it is, because it's just he does it right. He does it perfectly. And that's why it works so well. That's why this film works so well. So highly recommend if you get a chance. Number 19 on the list, Mom and Dad. And I believe it is available on Hulu. I'm not sure where Trapped in Paradise is available. You'd have to look that one up. Maybe Amazon for purchase or something. But you can't find Mom and Dad on Hulu. Or at least you were able to recently.
I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Trapped in Paradise?
No, Mom and Dad.
It might be now on Netflix. I don't know. All right, moving on. We're moving along fast. Number 18, or oh, I'm so sorry. That was number 18 on the list was Mom and Dad. I messed that up.
Actually, no. You had a reverse, bro.
That's what I just said.
Oh.
This guy was freaking listen. Number 18 on the list, instead of it being, it should have been Mom and Dad, but now it's actually going to be...
You're flippy.
Number 18, a.k.a. number 19, Matchstick Man.
2003.
Why did this make the list, guys? Why did this make the list? I've noticed a few of you had this on your list. Why did you put this on your list?
It's just a fun one. I don't know. I really enjoyed it when it first came out. There was a lot of hype behind it too.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
Wasn't on my list.
That wasn't on mine.
Okay.
I've seen that one.
All right. Well, Bonnie, it's on her list then.
I know I'm not.
How to make a list with one person voted on?
I put it on mine. Relax.
I
Oh,
saw it on two lists. I swear.
Looking in the mirror while you saying that to yourself, huh?
Your cat wants to be on the show.
Nick Cage is
He
Nick
has some
Cage in every
opinions,
movie.
apparently. Yeah, this guy has some opinions apparently.
Yes. Well, what do you think about Matchstick Man?
Let's say you.
Do you like it? I think it's approved.
Yes, it's all approved.
Poe approved. Yeah, that makes sense. So Matchstick Man, it's basically about it's a bank robbery, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yes.
And they hire he hires this girl to pretend to be his daughter. It's been a long time. And they go into...
Honestly, it's been a while for me too, so I'm missing a couple of plot points in my head. I just remember really enjoying it and having a lot of fun with it. I mean, it's a good heist film, you know? You love a good caper, and I think it...
And not only that, but there is a plot twist to it all, which is interesting. I remember that. So it's definitely enjoyable. You also get the indemnable, the ever-fantastic, whatever his name is. You know who I'm talking about. Sam...
Oh.
Sam
Rockwell.
Rockwell. Thank you.
Yes, Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. There you go. Cheers to you,
Sam.
Bonnie. Yes, it was that. It was my Sam. My Sam. Yeah.
Oh my God, my Sam.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good quality actor.
Gray says that was a good movie. Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Well directed, well acted. Everybody that was in it was fantastic. The movie was great. Nick Cage wasn't overacting or anything. He was playing it very low key. So it was really well done. So yeah, that's why Matchstick Men made it on the list at 19, aka 18, aka 19, because I messed up the listing.
You're just re-ranking as you go.
Apparently. Which leads me to number 17 on the list. This is an interesting one.
I don't even heard of this one before.
Willy's Wonderland is number 17 on the list. Why is that, Big Sal? Why is Willy's Wonderland number 17 on the list? I know where you ranked it, but still.
Yeah, well, you know, Willy's Wonderland, what I love about it is that Nick Cage as a versatile actor, but he's just so out there. Seeing him in a movie with no dialogue it just took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Of just like the weirdest actor in history, and all he does is just drink soda and fight.
Oh my God, you're okay?
Possessed animatronics. And what I liked about it was that he knew going into this movie that there was no dialogue, and he was like, I wanted to challenge myself as an actor, and he basically was going into this movie just to have fun, which I totally respect. But if you see it, it's pure genius, because like when you just see the people trying to interact with him, not just the people that own the Wonderland, Chuck E. Cheese place,
right,
with the kids in the movie, and he's just doesn't say shit. And
it's essentially a portal to hell, right? It's a portal to hell, and the robotic animatronic creatures are possessed by demons, which wants the souls of children or teenagers if they come in there to hang out.
So the animatronics are possessed by killers that did a ritual there that they used to work there, these people, and they would kill families. And what they did was a ritual because they didn't want to die, so they put their souls into animatronics.
Some of the fight scenes were pretty clever. I did enjoy the bathroom one with the plunger and the big giant ape dude or whatever. That was fun. It was an interesting concept. I feel like my only gripe with it is the fact that he didn't say anything. Oftentimes left a lot of empty spaces for your mind to wonder. Instead of pointing out the narrative, you were kind of left to guess it sometimes, and that was a problem for me. But I still did enjoy it, which is why I thought, well, this was going to be ranked, maybe in the 20-somethings, but so we had an additional vote on that one. It wasn't high up like yours, but it still saved it from
the
obscurity.
only reason I have it high up is because it's like my preference.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I really enjoyed it. I could watch that movie over and over. It was just really funny.
So let me hear this. Let me get this straight, Sal. You rank this movie high because you prefer this movie over some of the others that you ranked less than.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, what's crazy is that I have Moonstruck.
I think you're onto something.
Really, really low.
Yeah.
Where did I put Moonstruck?
Nobody knows.
Actually, I didn't even put Moonstruck.
You put it super low. Hey, Frank.
Because Cher was just annoying to me in that movie. But the reason, like I said, for Willy's Wonderland is because I give credit to Nick Cage for, going for something that's unusual. That he's never done. That's why I do that.
I wasn't sure if he did it because of that or if he did it because he just didn't want to have to do much. You know what I mean?
He didn't even get paid a lot for that movie. He just read the script and he's like, I want to have fun.
That's fair. Good for him. Yeah. Good for him. And that is number, whatever, there's 17, I think. 17. That's number 17, Willy's Wonderland.
Whatever it is.
Yep. Now we're going to go to number 16, which is a Christopher D. Turner special on number 16. This one was not going to make it, but I said, you know what? I got to throw on my vote on this one just so we get it in here because it's so unique and it does help showcase the diversity of him. Yeah.
The 2018 movie Into the Spider-Verse, where he plays Spider Noir.
Number 16.
Oh, how did everybody not put that on the list?
Chris, you were the only one besides myself that has that on the list. So go figure. I just think, it kind of maybe got forgotten a little bit just because the new one came out and Spider-Man Noir wasn't really in it until the end.
Yeah.
So,
spoiler.
I actually haven't seen it yet. So
that's not a spoiler.
You're missing a lot, Bonnie. You're missing a lot.
It's great. It's fantastic. It's the Empire Strikes Back of
I am extremely behind in all of my Marvel movies. So
well, this is Sony, so
Sony Marvel.
It's gonna be a point in time where I take a vacation or something and then spend that week catching up.
The reason it's not on my list is because I thought we were doing movies that were like Nick Cage, all of Nick Cage.
You see his face.
And, even though Nick Cage is in the movie as Spider Noir, and he did a really great job voice acting that character. I really liked how he sounded, but you get maybe 5, I'll be generous, 5 to 10 minutes of Nick Cage in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But, it wasn't, something like, what Nick Cage movie when you see a Nick Cage movie, and it's like nobody knew that was Nick Cage until you saw the credits.
Yeah. I mean, how good of a performance? I mean, it was so fantastic. It was understated, but still kind of Nick Cage-esque. Once you heard it, you were like, oh yeah, of course it's him. Mm-hmm. But it was so well done. Like, we're talking prime Nick Cage time right now. There's a little luster still on that star right now, and people are talking about him again more in as far as on the big screen kind of conversation. So him being in that did not hurt his career one bit. So Into the Spider-Verse, that is one of the primary reasons why
Career
it makes
enhancer of anything.
number 16 on the
The
list.
fact that he was in that movie was the reason I went and watched it in the first place.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, because I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, and I was like, it's Spider-Man animated film.
How could you
I ended
be
up
a
loving
Spider-Man
it,
fan?
but
Oh no.
I mean, I am a
Gotcha.
Spider-Man fan, but I'm not like, oh, Spider-Man, yeah.
Look,
I think
Donald is a
think-
big Tobey Maguire fan. He was so happy when he got cast as Spider-Man, and when he came to the Arclight,
It's true.
oh my goodness.
I was actually very pleased when he got cast as Spider-Man, because after seeing him in Pleasantville, I was like, this motherfucker's legit. Like, he needs to be Spider-Man. Like, this is Spider-Man.
the only reason I like those Spider-Man movies is because of Sam Raimi, and I'm a big Sam Raimi fan.
yeah.
As you should be.
Yeah, Sam Raimi's the best.
As you should.
Such
Yeah.
a gentleman, too. Scholar and a gentleman.
Yeah.
Such a nice guy.
I like how he always
And a
always
Michigan
like
man.
how he brings his brother in all of his movies. I really like that he does that.
And,
Oh, yeah.
And he's a Michigan.
Not only just his brother, but Bruce Campbell
Bruce-
also.
Bruce Campbell?
and
Yeah,
almost
for
everything.
sure, Bruce
Plus, he
Campbell.
hides his car and everything. I think didn't he say the only place he couldn't hide it was the Quick and the Dead, or did he also hide it in the Quick and the Dead? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure he hid it in The Quick and the Dead too.
He
I
was
can't
able to
remember
hide it?
where.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it for the first time about a month or so ago, a couple months, I think, and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't find it. I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
I watched it like 2 years ago for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I was looking forward to it. I couldn't-
Yeah, it's
I need to look up where it is. I know it's in there though. 'Cause I
It's a
remember
fun
seeing it on,
film.
like a trivia.
It's super
thing.
fun. I think who is it? Gene Hackman. I think Gene Hackman's a great villain in this one. I actually, weirdly enough, I prefer it to Unforgiven.
Really?
And I know that's Unforgivable,
Yes.
but I prefer, after watching The Quick and the Dead, I was like, I kind of like this more than Unforgiven.
Wow.
Quick and the Dead was actually a really good movie.
No, it was great. I thought it was a great film. I was
Russell Crowe.
super
Russell
into
Crowe was a good character.
While
you know,
we're
like-
Great.
talking about westerns, to loop it back to Nick Cage, did anybody watch The Old Way?
Not yet.
I've seen it, yes.
I have not seen
Okay. Yeah, I watched that over the weekend, trying to prep on some more current Nick Cage movies and add some things to the list, and it did end up on my list because I enjoyed it so much. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really solid, classic western, double revenge plot and everything. But I enjoyed that one, so I highly recommend it to everybody. It's on Hulu. Go watch it if you can.
Kevin loves a good old revenge plot, don't you, Kevin?
Absolutely.
He wishes to have revenge on many people. So let's go to number 15 on the list. We're talking Leaving Las Vegas. I believe it's the one where Nick Cage just drinks himself to death, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, he's drinking himself to death and having sex with hookers or with a hooker.
Oh my God. 1995.
Well, I mean, he was in Vegas, Sal, so, let the man be. Just talk about his
I
drinking.
mean, he was just living life.
Gray
He forced
says
until he.
it was in a scene that got cut out of The Quick and the Dead. Oh, mother fudge. And Maria says, I still need to watch The Old Way. Jarrett popped in. He says, if Vampire's Kiss isn't on this list, you guys can fuck right off. Well,
wow.
Jarrett,
Sir, I'm sorry to tell you.
you are going to be very upset and very pleasantly pleased all at the same time.
No, I think he'll be pleased with the results, sir.
Well, I mean, once you text him that photograph of yourself that you were going to send him from earlier, you said, in that little number that you put on? No, not that one. Yeah.
No. I don't do this.
Oh my God.
I don't do those
Jarrett,
things.
stay tuned. Watch for your phone. Watch for your texts. Or ooh la la. Okay, so Leaving Las Vegas. I did not put this on my list. I don't like this film. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't. I don't. And I get not all films are supposed to make you happy, but it's like, okay, so I watched Precious, for example, and I thought, wow, this film is powerful. I will never watch this thing again.
It's sad.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh, it's so depressing.
I was like, wow, this film wants to be powerful, and I will also never see this film again. But I also can understand why so many people put it on there, because it is a different type of role for him. So you guys that ranked it relatively high or ranked it at all, go ahead and mention why you did that.
I put it on the list because he won an Oscar for it.
Who won an Oscar?
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
He's an Oscar winner?
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
And how dare you disrespect Nick
He is
Cage?
an Oscar
So you
winner.
can't.
He's a
not
Coppola.
put
We
his-
expect.
You can't put the film he won an Oscar for on the list. I mean,
I didn't think he won an Oscar. I mean, maybe a Razzie or two, but I never remembered an Oscar.
I mean, I didn't include it on my list.
It was on mine. I had it on
it's
number
not
12 on
favorite.
my
It's
list.
just so, man, it was a one and done for me.
Hmm.
I preferred Honeymoon in Vegas was on my list.
Really?
Yes, I remember you having that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good one,
That's the
too.
one where you have the flying elves.
Hey, so do you think Nicolas Cage every once in a while calls just to troll on Cuba Gooding Jr.?
I don't
Like,
think so.
hey, I won an Oscar too, and my career is way better than yours. Do you
No.
think he does that?
No.
You think he calls him up?
He wouldn't do that.
Hey, Cuba, not so Gooding Jr. Like that?
But his son is now part of the Scream franchise, interestingly enough.
Who?
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Nick Cage?
No, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s
His son?
Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s
Kal-El? Is it Cal? Kal-El?
No, it's like a different name.
Oh. Cuba Gooding Jr. didn't name his son after Nicolas Cage's son?
No, of course not.
No. He should have. Maybe his son would win an Oscar.
Well, you never know. Maybe one day he will.
All right, so leaving Las Vegas. It's on there because it won something. Congratulations. All right, taking that off the screen. Okay, moving on for something better. Oh, and better it is. Oodalati. This was my number one with a bullet.
The 2006.
Is it one word or two?
It's like 2 words.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, it just looks weird.
Yeah, it does look weird, but
All right, well,
there it is.
I put it up there. 2006.
Yep, the
Oh,
Weatherman.
It's so good. The Weatherman. I freaking love this movie so much. This guy has like the best mental breakdown of all, and I'm here for it. Watching him just lose it is great. It's so good. He does such an understated performance. This is, in my opinion, Nick Cage's finest work of any film. The Weatherman I absolutely adore. I cannot recommend it enough. I don't want to give too much away, just besides what I said, but I do highly recommend it. Man, is it a hoot. I mean, God. Anybody else like this movie? I think, Chris, maybe you had it on your
I
list.
I enjoy it. It's not one of my favorites of his. I find this sometimes it's a little boring, but I do enjoy it, and I do think his acting is really
Boring.
good. Sometimes there's some points in it, but
You put
but
Leaving
I
Las
really-
Vegas on your list. Let's just pretend that the Weatherman won an
Only-
Oscar. How about that?
only because
You little shitbag.
only reason I put it on the list.
Son of a bitch.
But I do like his acting. I think his acting is really good in it.
That's fantastic. Ultraman Magnus says Superman. No, but you're close. Sammy says, what about Raising Arizona, Donald, huh? Well, what about me finishing this damn list, Sammy? How about that?
Whoa.
How about you relax?
Treat the audience with respect.
Never.
Oh my lord! Those two yesterday were just super ridiculous.
She is. She takes everything and puts it up to 11. Ultraman says, kick ass. Man, when they burned him, so overacting. I love it. Yeah, I remember that. Boy, that was crazy. So The Weatherman's fantastic. Highly recommend it. Watch it. Learn it. Love it. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing tonight? You come over. I'll make us a couple drinks. Have a good time. Maybe it's raining out, you know. Maybe it's a little dark and stormy. Maybe I'll make you a dark and stormy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll throw in a little rum, a little ginger beer. I'll make it nice for you. I'll light a candle or two. What if the power goes out? It's okay. I'll describe the movie to you. I'll describe how it finishes. You'll love it. Trust me. It's going to be great.
Only if you do it in that voice, Donald.
Yeah?
See, the whole time you talking with this guy behind me, with his mouth open,
He was there
doesn't
for it.
help.
He was ready. Sammy says, me and my stupid light-up shoes. Aw. Everybody loved my shoes. Are you kidding me? I have bowl shoes. And the reason why they're bowl shoes is whenever I go to a concert, I wear light-up shoes so people can find me where I'm at in the concert, right? There's a lot of people there. So I wear light-up shoes, and they're fantastic. And people always love them. And I do a little dance with them, and everybody goes crazy. People throw me money. One lady took her top off and threw it at me.
Yeah, I bet.
It happened. It happened.
That doesn't happen. That doesn't
It happens all the time.
No, it doesn't.
More than you would
No,
think,
it
Kevin.
It wasn't
Way
a
more.
lady; it was an overweight man.
Now with Chris,
Well, my eyes aren't the best.
Professor
so.
Turner
Squint and you
in
got
Texas, he gets that kind of attention, but not he. You'll not get that here in California.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh okay. Yeah. Like you would know. You weren't invited to hang out with me in my light up shoes. You were busy working.
Hey.
Ultraman Magnus is laughing. Gray says, I remember liking the Weatherman, but it's been ages. Dude, rewatch it. Let's see. Enrique says, movie night, exclamation point. Maria says the light up shoes are legendary. See? Legendary, guys. Look at that. The Nicolas Cage behind Sal. He's excited. Huh? Light up shoes, Nick. Same as in case we lost him on purpose. Oh, that's mean. Do you dance to EDM? EDM?
Electronic dance music.
Oh, I thought it was educated dumb morons.
Wow.
Like people that are stupid, but they know it. You know what I mean?
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Disrespectful.
I'll dance with them too. I don't care. Sammy says lies, and these are lies. Sal, tell them. No, he's not going to do that, Sammy, because he knows the truth. He knows the truth. It was amazing. Anyway, so we're moving on. We did the Weatherman. Now we got to get a bit nuts. We got to go a little bit off the rails because we had a really good quality film. And don't get me wrong, this one is also good and quality, but for different reasons. This one, number 13, with a bullet, Mandy. Anybody Cheddar Goblin? Anyone? Anybody?
You know, the photograph. The photograph looks really.
I haven't even
looks
seen
terrifying.
Mandy yet.
That photograph looks terrifying.
You've not seen Mandy?
I have not seen Mandy yet.
Oh, you guys got to watch it.
I have not seen this one either.
Oh my God, really? Am I the only one that's... Kevin, you've seen Mandy, right?
No, sir, I have not.
You didn't watch it?
I haven't. No, I haven't. Looks like you're on your own on this one.
So
Okay, so the dude makes an axe to go hunt some people down because they wronged him. This is like...
They did him dirty.
This is like... so imagine if you have... what's that movie with what's his name in it from... Whoa.
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah. What's that movie? John Wick. John Wick. Imagine you take John Wick and you turn it up to 75. Not 11, 75. You have a bloody gore fest of fun that is Mandy. That has these random, like... If you haven't seen any of it, at least YouTube Cheddar Goblin, and you'll see this box. Devane Cheddar Goblin macaroni and cheese, and you'll see this goblin appear in the film and just vomit up macaroni and cheese for all the kids. It's fantastic. It's so bonkers out there, but it's so good.
Does Mandy kind of like, is it like short for manslaughter or something for what he's doing throughout the
No. Mandy has a very particular meaning.
Okay.
Enrique says it's so great. It's a revenge film on acid. It absolutely is, because they just it's a home invasion film that goes it goes right, but also goes horribly wrong. Maria says the score in Mandy is amazing. Cinematography is so good. Love Mandy so much. It's so unique and artistic for a revenge film. Absolutely. Highly recommend it if you get a chance to see it. It is one of those films that was fan funded. So it was by that project. What do they call it? I don't think it has it on here. Legion M. That's right. It's Legion M project. And it's right there on the side of the box, Legion M. And they do make films that fans can contribute to, and that's how they fund stuff like this. Would that be great, Kevin, for us to make a film together? And we were like, oh yeah, let's just let's see if we get the fans to donate, and we'll hire Nick Cage, and and then it happened. Awesome. Isn't that crazy?
Get a
the fact that exists blows my mind.
Get $500,000 raised by the fans.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage stars in it for cheap.
So all of you on here that have not seen it, shame on you. Go watch it. And we're going to follow it up with another one that a lot of you probably haven't seen yet. Number 12 on the list is Renfield.
That just came out a few months ago.
Yep.
I've heard
I've seen
really
that
good
one
things about Renfield,
a bunch
but
of
I haven't
times.
seen it yet.
Boy, it's a hoot. Nick Cage isn't in it as much as you would think. He has a relatively small role. But good Lord, does he just run with it? I mean,
Yeah, he takes the Dracula and just goes.
Yeah. He's
And
basically
he like,
playing, like fancy Dracula. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. It's really good. Chris, you've seen it how many times?
4 or 5.
Yeah, so Chris loves it. I know Maria loved it. I know Kevin loved it. He's seen it in his dreams. I've described it to him while you've slept, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. You might not remember it because you were sleeping pretty hard when I was whispering in your ear.
I see.
The plot. I do that sometimes. What I'll do is I'll go over to Kevin's place. I think he leaves the window open just like far enough that I can wedge it open and crawl in, and then like kind of nestle next to him on the bed and whisper in his ear the plot of films that I think he would like. So then that way when he wakes up, he'll have it in his head and he'll want to go see it. It's like, I think it's a nice service that I provide. Some people say it's a little creepy or whatever, but I think it's a nice service.
I see.
Yeah. Let's see. Sammy says, love this movie. Watched it with Maria. Enrique says, I liked it. It's a fun, gory, good time. Absolutely. I wish it had done better in theaters. It kind of tanked, to be honest. So hopefully it did well in the aftermarket, so to speak. But who knows?
On the streaming services.
Yes, on the streaming services. And now number 11, Bonnie. We're going to follow Renfield up with one. Here, little piggy, piggy, piggy. Number 11 is Pig. With Nicolas Cage and nobody else that I recognize.
That'll do.
Basically, it is...
Ridiculous movie.
Good Lord. Okay, so at some point in this film, right, this guy, we all know the general plot idea, or we should. The guy has a truffle pig. He hunts for truffles, and that's how he makes his money. And his truffle pig gets kidnapped, so then he goes on this John Wick type scenario, revenge plot thing to go find his pig. But
I would say like revenge plot. He just wants his pig back.
right, but it's not like bloody, gory, or anything like that, like John Wick would be. And there's not a lot of guns or violence, so to speak. There's a little violence in that, apparently. Okay, so Nicolas Cage used to be a renowned chef, and he was also in a chef's fight club that would happen underneath the park in an abandoned cellar building walkway things, like where they would all get together and bet on which cook or chef or anything could beat the shit out of the other. It's the weirdest thing that happens in like halfway through this film, and I don't understand it quite, like why it's there. I was thinking they were, I bet you Nicolas Cage walked up to him and he's like, you know what would be really good if we had like a fight club, you know what I mean, like in the middle of this scene. Nick, he's supposed to be crying about the loss of his pig and trying to get his pig back, and he's teaming up with this young guy, and I don't know if that's appropriate. Yeah. But what about this fight club? What if we make it like, so he just takes the punishment, he doesn't fight back. What if we do that? Okay, Nick, tell me how you see this. Okay, well, I see this. We're underground, and it's an abandoned area. Under a park, of course, under a park, because there's nature. And I just put my hands behind my back and I just get the shit beat out of me. And then the rest of the movie, I just walk around with blood all over my face and everybody thinks it's completely normal. That's a great idea, Nick. I'm in. What the fuck, Bonnie? Pardon my French. Sorry, Mom, but Jesus.
He was a producer, so it's very possible that exact scenario happened.
I think that did happen. Sure. I really do.
Very well.
Yeah.
Executive producers have power.
But no, for me, I mean, I don't know. For me, that scene, the way I interpreted it was like, yeah, he's taken the beating, like he's taken that's his form of punishment. That's the whole way that he's trying to deal with the grief, and because he's not just grieving the loss of his pig that's been kidnapped. His wife also passed away. We don't know how.
Ironically, her name was also Pig.
But we do know.
Weird, right?
But we do know that he had a wife who is no longer with him. She died at some point in time, and he hasn't really dealt with the loss of his wife, and now he's dealing with the loss of his pig, trying to get his pig back. For me, that scene is really more about him, like, yeah, just kind of like sitting down and taking the beating so he can get that physical pain to match internal pain.
Yeah.
And because it's easier to work through something physical than it is internal, right? 'Cause you
Yeah,
can see,
no.
you know.
Bonnie, the next time you go out on a date and it doesn't work out, we'll get Kevin to just slap the crap out of you.
What?
And it's problem solved, right? I mean, just work that out.
Yeah, I don't think that.
You know what?
I don't think that'd be appropriate.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
No, that's not appropriate. It's not appropriate.
Kevin's over there. I don't think I should be doing this.
Just give me a little, you know, you're like, no more dates for you.
There you go. Yep.
That's fine.
Fair enough. But Pig is a very quiet film. It's a very intimate film. It's very well acted. It's not Nick Cage at Nick Cage's cagiest. It's him dialing it down.
He's not his cagiest at all.
Very reserved.
But
Weatherman reserved,
that's
probably.
what I like about it, though. It's different for him, you know? It's very quiet and reserved, like you said. It's just very, I don't know, it's very thought-provoking.
Yeah.
And we get fat Nick Cage.
I enjoyed it.
We do. We get Chunky Cage, and that's okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Sammy says.
It was different.
Sammy says, "Kevin, lock your windows and doors. Is a Donald on the loose?" Monica says, "I'm going to go watch Mandy." Do it. She's gonna watch it now, I think.
Oh wow.
Enrique says, "So good." I agree. Maria says, "Uh-oh, spoilers are coming." I didn't do too bad. Enrique says, "John Wick of cooking." Yes, kind of. Yeah. There's a really nice scene near the end where there's a bit of a breakdown, and I think you remember that, Bonnie, right? There's a bit of a breakdown for one of the characters, and when he sets down this character and he goes to try some food, it hit me why that scene was taking place. I didn't understand it at first, and then like as the food is served, I'm like, I know why that's happening. I know why that, and that's so freaking brilliant. It was such a good touch to the film. I loved it. I thought it was a really well done film. So I definitely highly recommend Pig if you get a chance. It is definitely on Hulu. I watched it today, so it's definitely on Hulu, guys.
Make sure you actually pay attention to it. Like, don't try to get yourself distracted. Just sit down, enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise,
that'll do, Pig.
Jesse Allen says, "Hey everyone, love the topic tonight." Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you.
Jesse.
Jarrett says, "In a world where De Niro is doing schlock films, we have to give it up to Nick Cage for still pursuing interesting and diverse projects." I think he gets overlooked a lot, and I think that's unfortunate, but I think he does choose a lot of interesting roles. Maria says, "Also part of the point of going to the Fight Club was to prove to that chef mafia type boss that his name still mattered." No? I guess, but he just got the shit beat out of him. So I don't know how that.
Yeah, but as soon as he put his name down on the wall, though, there was,
I guess. I mean, I would appreciated a little more excitement with people going, "Yeah, let me fucking fight him. Yeah, Instead there was just kind of people putting money down, and it was way too subdued for me. In other words, to understand what was going on. If they would have hyped that up a little more, then I think that I would have understood a little more or appreciated it a little more, if that makes sense.
I think it was probably like a shock and awe factor with the audience there, because remember, they thought he was dead, or at least some of them thought he was. He disappeared for 15 years, so
hey,
that could have been a factor.
Let's talk about another film that you had on your list. I believe you had it, and I think Chris did, and I don't know if Sal did, but we're talking about the Cher film with Nicolas Cage. At the time, I believe.
Sure, I do not.
Moonstruck.
I believe it was Nicolas Coppola at this time.
1987.
Yeah.
1987. Sherilyn Sarkeesian.
I thought the only credit with Coppola was Fast Times.
Yeah, I think it was Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, that was the only credit that had him as Coppola.
Okay.
So he was still Cage in this one.
He was still Cage in this one.
That was not in my list. I told you, Cher annoys me.
That's fine.
Why does Mr.
But Sal, do you
sir?
believe in life after love?
Do you believe in
Do you believe in love, period, sir?
Yeah, of course.
Well, if he didn't believe in it, Kevin, he wouldn't have a girlfriend, bro. And you're his second girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you're your girlfriend number 2.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Actually, here's your second girlfriend. Right here.
Hooters?
Why are you touching it?
Hooters. Hooters. Hooters.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Moonstruck was okay movie. The only reason I didn't get into that movie, I just felt it was just more for, the female audience.
Hmm.
And then
Fair
I
enough.
don't know, like there was just some scenes that I was like, really, like that's the way you wanted to go. But I was like, hey, you know what? Hey, like some people love it, but there are some people that just that hate it. Like,
Yeah. I mean, as far as rom-coms go, it's not super high up on my list of rom-coms, but I do enjoy it. It's it's moments. It is a little bonkers. It's a little out there, mostly because of Cage's character, the way he plays it.
Yeah.
It's a little loopy for me, but that's part of the fun of it.
He's very nonchalant in that whole movie. Like he just seems like a normal like stoner in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't know. That's why he comes off as so bonkers to me in it. I don't know. There's something about like neither one of them is matching the other's level.
Yeah.
Like they're
hitting different energy at different times, and it's weird.
Yeah, completely.
But it still works overall as far as the love story is concerned. It's fun. It's fun. I enjoyed it. So Moonstruck was number 10 on the list.
It has its moments. Charming.
That's how we sell it. It has
wait,
its
Bonnie,
moments.
were you even alive in 1987 when it came out?
Yes, I was.
I didn't think you were born yet.
4.
Oh, I didn't think you were born yet.
She was 4.
83, baby.
Sal was
4.
Sal.
I was 4 when it came out.
Sal, I don't think was around either.
We were double your age, Kevin.
Are you sure?
Okay, we're going to number 9. Number 9 on the list.
This one a lot of people have been asking about.
We get a lot of fun vibes from this one.
The 2000 movie, Gone in 60 Seconds.
Mm-hmm.
A Jerry Bruckheimer production.
Yep, came on the heels of National Treasure, if I recall, right?
No, it came out before National Treasure.
No, National Treasure was
2004. It's like 2004.
The first one was after?
Yeah, like 4 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Huh, go figure.
Yeah. Because I remember we had screenings for it up at ArcLight.
Yeah, it was before you came along.
Like,
yeah.
Maria was there. I think,
so did this? There was. It wasn't the same production team that then did Tomb Raider, correct? Was it completely?
No.
Okay. Because that would have been interesting. You're directing these two treasure hunters together, and then you split them apart and put them in 2 separate treasure hunting films. Right?
It's true.
Yeah. Tomb Raider? Come on. Tomb Raider is still one of the most successful video game films of all time. Let's give credit where credit is due.
It's still number 1.
Yeah.
Not good, but it was successful.
It's not a fantastic film, but it was all right. And that's what everybody
all right.
needed. They didn't need another Street Fighter film.
And actually, it's not the most successful after Mario Brothers.
Well, nothing will
Mario
and
Brothers
Sonic
just came out.
Yeah, Mario Brothers and Sonic, those two are like at a different level.
Different things.
Yeah.
Those aren't even live action. Let's talk about
Sonic
the live
is.
action Super Mario Brothers now. If you want to talk about epic greatness, let's talk about
I love
that
that
one.
movie.
Me too, Bonnie.
Hey,
I'm here
Sonic
for it.
is live action.
Yeah.
Dude, I geeked out on Sonic, and the only reason is because Jim Carrey, and I could only see Jim Carrey playing Egghead, Dr. Wily.
Yeah, that's true. He did a great job.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought Dr. Wily was in Mega Man.
I mean, Dr.
No,
Robotnik.
that was
No,
Dr.
Okay,
no,
there you go. Dr.
Yeah,
Robotnik.
Dr.
Dr.
Robotnik.
Robotnik.
Yeah,
Dr. Wily
Dr.
is
Wily.
Mega Man. It's Mega Man.
Yeah, it's Mega Man.
Yeah,
Don't ever
you're
correct me, Kevin.
Don't ever correct you.
I'm just joking.
Man, like you making a threat.
I don't threat. I promise.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Oh,
Looks like I better
But,
get my...
Okay. Gone in 60 Seconds. Why do we love it? Fast cars.
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie. Nicolas Cage. We had, what's his name?
Is it Robert Duvall in it,
Giovanni
too?
Ribisi.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Is Robert Duvall in it, too?
Yeah.
Robert Duvall,
yeah,
who's
Robert Duvall's
always solid, no matter what he's in. He's
He
fantastic.
could play you in a movie. He'll do a good job.
It's a really solid ensemble cast.
I don't
Every single member
I
of
don't think
that
you're
cast is
wrong.
fantastic.
Probably now. He could just slide right into my performance of me. Robert Duvall plays Donald McKinney.
Absolutely.
The movie's called A Day in a Comic Book.
Even at age 90-something years
It's called
old.
Donald Pulls Out. That's what it's called.
Wow.
Oh God!
Starring
You won't let
Robert
that go.
Duvall.
You won't let that go, will you?
It's the new logo. I don't know what to tell you guys. What do you think? Everybody, look at this. What do you think? Do you love it?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, let me close that
You
out.
should be ashamed of yourself.
I gotta
will
replay
s-
it. Hang on, I gotta replay it.
I will say about Gone in 60 Seconds. That movie kept me on my seat throughout the whole movie. Where that one guy that robbed that old Cadillac, and it had coke in it.
Yeah.
And then that cop was there.
Yeah.
I was like,
That was such a great scene.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jed, by the way. Thanks for being on
It's
also.
a really fun movie, and it's got a great soundtrack too.
I was just about to say
watched-
the music. Yeah.
Yeah, like I watched it for the first time in a couple of years last week. It was on my list. I loved it forever. It's been a while since I revisited it, and I watched it last week, and I just remembered how fun it really is. Like from the get-go, the music just sucks you in immediately.
Mm-hmm.
The script is really tight. Action scenes are great. The ensemble cast. I love everything about it. It's a fun movie
Everything.
from beginning to end.
Everything.
Especially when Nick Cage grabs the dude's the wood. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're French.
Oh yeah,
What's up,
You're weird
Trevor?
about wood."
yeah.
He finally
And
made
they
it
have
in.
that whole
Said he would.
exchange at the beginning. Too, like, to you.
No, we lost Bonnie's sound for a second.
I thought you cut her off.
No, I didn't.
My sound off?
She wasn't cursing. I didn't cut her out.
Okay. I thought
Even if she was, I still don't cut people off for cursing.
I thought you said a swear word, Bonnie, and he cut you off.
We're going to pivot to number 8 on the list while we wait here. We are going to go. Number 8 is the... I don't have it. Why don't I have it? Oh, that's why. Duh.
1987. Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona.
Same year as Moonstruck, so that was a breakout year.
God, I couldn't stand this movie.
Oh.
I can't stand this movie at all. It's so
I love
dumb.
this movie.
It's so
I think
freaking
the
dumb.
cast is great, and I think it's hilarious.
It's so dumb.
It's been a hot minute since I've seen it, but I did have to put it on my list because it's so iconic
Yeah,
and it's funny.
if you say so. Yep. Okay. Anybody else have any opinions on Raising Arizona before we move on? I guess it's funny.
Chris, expand for me.
Well,
Is
it's
it,
funny.
who directed it? Was it was it one of the brothers?
Coen Brothers?
Yeah.
I think it's the Coen brothers.
Yeah, I think it was like the Coens, right? Am I
As a
wrong?
matter of fact, it is. Joel and Ethan.
Ah, look at me. Just spouting knowledge off, just sharing it like dollar bills at a strip
Showing how
club.
smart you are, sir.
Ethan
Donald's
Cohen.
knowledge. There you go.
Well,
You get knowledge.
they
You
both-
get knowledge. You get knowledge. You get knowledge. You get knowledge.
Ethan and Joel wrote it, but Ethan is the one that directed it.
Ah, okay. They didn't direct it together. That's
Oh.
the fallacy. Was Bruce Campbell in that one? Because the Coen brothers were big. They worked a lot with Sam Raimi and Bruce and Ted also, to a lesser degree. They all grew up together in I think it was Detroit.
No, Bruce Campbell's not in the movie.
No.
Ah,
But
fine.
John Goodman is.
John
Yeah.
Goodman
John
is,
Goodman.
and he's the best thing about that movie. Actually,
John Goodman's great.
Yeah, he's great, and that's the reason that's the main thing I think about Nick Cage. Nick Cage is in it. We're talking about Nick Cage movies, but I love John Goodman's character in that movie, so I had to pick it anyway.
That's fair. That's fair. But everybody had this one pretty high on the list, and this is going to be number 7. You need a little mama or perhaps a big daddy, and that is Kick Ass. It's Kick Ass, right?
Yes,
I
it
guess is a fun movie.
Came out in 2010.
Then we get Big Daddy with Nick Cage.
And, it's one of the first early appearances of Grace Moretz.
Plots.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yes,
Chloe, that's
Chloe
it. Yeah,
Grace
there we go.
Moretz.
That's what we meant. That's what we meant.
And also a guy who's possibly up for James Bond, apparently.
I can't freaking wait. I'm so here for it.
If they pick him.
I'm stoked, dude.
If
If they
they
choose
pick him.
him, I'll be so happy.
If they pick
Who-
him.
Especially after
they're
this
gonna pick?
Craven film.
The kid who played the
If they
kick-ass
choose
character.
him, oh man.
Taylor-
And I'll be like, he was in Craven, right? Yeah. But he's James Bond now. Very sophisticated.
Yeah, Aaron
but
Aaron
before
Taylor
that, he
Johnson.
could communicate with animals.
They might use him for James Bond.
It's a
Yes.
rumor. It's a rumor. It's a rumor.
I thought it was supposed to be Idris Elba.
No, they'll never do
Yeah.
that. They'll never do that.
They will never do
They will
that.
never
Why?
do
Because
that.
he's black, Kevin?
Yes, that's part of it. That's a big part of it. Plus, the other reason is
He's too old.
He's too old at
He's
this
just
point.
too old. It has nothing to do with him being black. They just
You need
waited
someone in your
out the
30s.
black until we got
Well,
too
they're
old.
doing. Are they doing that Black
Am I
Superman
wrong?
movie?
Yeah, probably not.
Well, James Gunn says it's still in talks.
It
And
won't.
could
It
still
won't.
happen.
It won't get out of development.
Michael B. Jordan.
I heard.
But the crazy thing is that the black Superman is
He-
Zod's son.
Right.
So they're
I
gonna
hear-
do that.
Maybe.
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 heard that,
Maybe like an Elseworld type movie. Then I can see that.
Henry Cavill apparently had a really good audition for Blonde.
Yeah, but he's too old too at this point.
He is. He is too old.
He's too old.
He's too old.
They need someone in
too
their
old.
30s. They need someone
He's
in
too
their
old.
30s.
He's too old. He's too old.
They need someone in
He's
their
too
30s.
old. He's too
Henry
old.
Cavill's in his 30s.
No, I think he's 40 at this point. Let me double check. I think he's 40 now.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
he's too old.
How old is he?
He's old as shit. All right, so Kick-Ass. The reason why we
Yep,
love
he's
it,
40.
so many things, but Big Daddy was fantastic. Nick Cage as Big Daddy, that's his best Batman impersonation. It showed that he could easily play Batman if he wanted to, which is fantastic. Because he never got to play Superman, let's be realistic.
Yeah. Or Superman, as he should have been.
Mm-hmm. Grace says, yes, that movie was so much fun. Enrique says, love Kick-Ass. Janet says, Kick-Ass is amazing. Maria says, the last 007 in No Time to Die was a black woman, so it's not like they aren't willing to diversify.
A little different. A little different.
It's just they have to wait out the black until they hit the age marker where they're too old. And then they don't have to worry. Then they don't have to say it's because the person's black. Now it's because they're too old. They wait out the black.
What about an Asian Bond or a
They
Latino?
could wait out the Asian.
or a Latino Bond.
Wait out the Latina.
Brown Bond.
Latino.
They wait out the brown
I am
bond.
all for an Asian or Latino Bond.
I don't think that James
What
Bond.
about an Asian Latino Bond?
Asian
Blonde?
Latino blonde.
Asian Latino.
Latino blonde. Wow.
And a woman?
We know
Let's
what
give it a
Bonnie
try.
wants.
Let's
Juice.
give it a try.
What's up,
I'm
Juice?
just saying, if we're talking representation, I am.
Go for it,
Latino
right?
and Asian, so
Right?
there
Just
we
go for it. Yeah,
Two
yeah.
birds, one's down.
There we go. So Bonnie is auditioning right now for the role of James Bond.
008.
But I'm too old.
Oh, yeah, she aged out. So see? They just waited until I told you this is how it works. They just waited her out.
Jarrett's the right age to play James Bond.
No, he's not. Jared's too old.
He is?
Yeah, he's aged out too.
Oh, he's suggesting Aquafina.
That would be hilarious. Aquafina is James Bond. Hector says,
Horrible.
007 has a nice vibe.
In other words, yeah.
007.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah. I could get that. I could dig that. Yeah. Sammy says, "Oh, Pedro Pascal or Oscar Isaac." Jesus, Sammy, why don't you just freaking just
Ooh, Oscar
marry
Isaac,
him,
yes.
weirdo?
I don't know. I'm iffy with him because he ruined Apocalypse for me.
Well, that's true. That's the one role he had no
And
business.
he's the villain
He had
in
no-
the Star Wars franchise.
He had no business playing Oscar.
He got so many people killed because he decided to
I
go
agree with you,
rogue.
Sal. He had no business playing Apocalypse. He's a good actor, but that was a bad
Yeah.
casting. Bad casting.
Jared says he's
He-
84.
he
And
Congratulations.
Oscar
like,
Isaac is too old too. He's like 44. He's like our age. He's too old too. Oscar
Dude.
Isaac.
Well,
Yep.
Sean Connery
Oh,
was like
Jesse, I'm
70
totally in
when
on
he
that.
He looks 70. But he
Okay,
wasn't.
so he could play. Daniel could play Keenan, right? Wait, I think he was Chinese. The Chinese Superman from All New Superman. What a fantastic run, by the way. If you get a chance to read that, it was part of the rebirth of 52 of like DC, the DC rebirth run, and just the way that they showed that this character could not unlock his powers unless he opened himself up to certain parts of his chi. Like, and then he could open up and unlock his strength or his super speed or things like that. It's all harmonious within his body, and he has to be able to harmonize his body in order to be able to have all of his superpowers. I love that concept. And the fact that I don't know if I've ever seen that done before, period, before that. So if you get a chance to read All New Superman, man, jump on that. It is so good. It is so good. Highly recommend it. Trevor says John Cena as Apocalypse instead? Question mark.
No.
Yeah, I can't see that.
No. You need. If he was still
Fired.
alive, if Michael Clark Duncan was still alive,
Fired. Fired.
I knew somebody'd catch that. Sammy says, Maria, how old was Daniel Craig? Too old.
he was 38. He was 38 when he started.
Yeah, he was old as shit.
He looks old, but he was 38.
All
when
right,
he
next
started.
film. We just did Kick-Ass. Number 6 with a bullet, guys. Holy how I love this, and I love his hair.
Another
movie.
Jerry Bruckheimer classic.
Con Air.
Con Air.
He should have just stuck with that Bruckheimer, you know? Like, he'd still be doing amazing films. What's wrong
Oh
with
God,
that?
I love that movie so freaking much.
So
The
you're
late
saying,
90s.
wait, so you say Nicolas Cage should have been in those Pirates of the Caribbean films with Johnny Depp's? Is that what you're saying?
Nicolas Cage was in Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, I'm saying
Did you just say Johnny Depp's?
since
He
he
did.
since he wanted to be in more Jerry Bruckheimer movies. Jerry Bruckheimer was spending a whole lot of years doing.
You know
Pirates of
what?
the
I
Caribbean
could see
movies.
Nicolas Cage playing
a pirate. In,
the same role that Johnny Depp played.
Well, they need to
Jack
replace
Sparrow?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
so,
I could see Nicolas Cage play Jack
That
Sparrow.
Disney.
100%. Easy peasy.
Look what I got in the jar. What I got
Why
in
does
the
this smell like stinky cheese? Just smell this.
Look what I
Smell
got
it.
in the jar.
Smell it. It's
Who's got the
important.
jar?
It's
I got
important.
the jar.
It would
I
work,
need you to
like,
smell this.
What if they did another
you smell it?
sequel and just threw Cage
Yeah, you
in
did.
as like a relative of Jack Sparrow?
Oh
He's
my
like Jack
God.
Sparrow's brother
Well, they're
or
trying to
something.
continue on the series without Johnny Depp. So
I'm looking for my brother, Jack.
It's guava.
Have you seen him?
That's what it is. That's what smell comes
I
from.
like there's that would be.
He drives me crazy.
I would love that. Would be amazing.
you know what? That would be kind of cool if he was the brother of Jack Sparrow.
Bring him in.
Yeah.
Bring
So
him in
let's see.
right now.
We gotta come up with a name.
Let's do that. Let's write it.
Instead of Jack Sparrow, would it be like Pete Sparrow or something like that? Or
Might as well say, let's have fucking Nick Cage as Baltimore while we're at it. Harry
Oh,
Potter.
That
Nick
would
Cage.
That would have been a different movie.
It would have. I
Boy
would have.
lived.
You know what? I would have loved it. I'm there for that too. There's so many movies. We should just do a whole podcast where we put Nick Cage into roles. But Con Air was perfect. How perfect
Yeah.
was it? You know, in fact,
Con
it
Air, I
was so
love Con Air.
perfect.
plus John Malkovich.
There's a particular actor that before he was in Con Air, he was in before he was in Con Air, he was in Hackers. This actor. And the only other time I've ever seen him was in Con Air also. So I was super stoked for that because he was really good in Hackers.
Oh, remind me.
He was one of the hackers. I can't remember which one, but he had the springy hair.
I freaking love Hackers, and I watched it again recently.
Classic movie.
He's the one that had the party. He had the party. And then that's where we met Matthew Lillard in this character, and where Johnny Lee Miller also met. What is his name?
Who is he in Con Air?
Ramon Sanchez is who he played in Hackers.
So Renali Santiago? That's the person?
Yeah, Renali Santiago. That's who. That's the guy that was in Con Air also. He was great.
But I mean,
Oh.
it has.
Yeah. He was also in Dangerous Minds.
Was he in Dangerous Minds? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think he was. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie had the
Trevor.
ensemble in this movie was perfect. Like Nick Cage,
John
Steve
Malkovich.
Buscemi,
John
John
Malkovich.
Malkovich, John Cusack,
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Dave Chappelle.
That's true. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Yeah, great film. All right, so we're going to move on from Con
Another
Air.
great soundtrack.
Not like Hackers soundtrack.
Right.
Well-
We're going to move on from Con Air, and we're going to go to, wow, what a career turner. Like, what just a perfect freaking film. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Guys,
Oh,
not seen
such
it.
a good movie.
I still
It
have
was
not
a-
seen this.
Bonnie, watch it.
Second favorite movie of
It's
2022.
not on any of the free streamers yet, or any of the streamers that I have a subscription to. So, help. Who has?
I
who
haven't
has
seen
Stars?
this one either.
It's on Stars right now, and I don't have a sub for that anymore. So,
Get a free trial and watch it.
Jarrett says Edward James Olmos is Spawn.
That's
Man,
a good one.
you
That's a
smoking
good one.
something
That's
special.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
With or without Kane.
Murder. Especially turns around.
You know who could still do it, though? Is your boy, your favorite Bond.
Timothy Dalton?
Yeah, I think he could still do it. In fact, think he'd be better now. I'd bring Dalton back. Pierce Brosnan, I'd bring him back in a heartbeat. They should make a movie called The Bonds.
Right.
And all of the living Bonds that are still left, they'd team up.
Even George Lazenby?
Yeah, even George Lazenby. Fudge, yeah. They team up. And they all like have to hunt down Dr. No or some bullshit. Whoever's still alive. I don't know.
Blofeld? If he's still
Blofeld.
alive?
Yeah, there's always a Blofeld. There's a new Blofeld in town. You know?
Pardon me,
What if
darling.
they had a battle royale to see who is the ultimate Bond?
We've already done that.
They all have to fight each other.
Pardon me, darling.
Yeah,
I need
the
to
movie
use
would be great for
Viagra.
that.
Jeez.
No problem, Chris. I got your text late, but no problem. So why do we love this film? Because it's Nick Cage. He's being full Nick Cage, but he's also being humble Nick Cage. And we get Pedro Pascal, who is unhumble Pedro Pascal, which we're not used to. So we get insane Pedro. We get normal Nick Cage. And this weird-ass didactomy kind of thing that happens with these characters just meshes so perfectly and creates such the perfect comedy, action, like spy thriller that you just fall in love with it instantly. It is the
So
perfect
good.
storm of Nick Cage's films. It deserves to be higher. I 100% know this, but it is new, so it needs some time to rest. You know what I'm saying? It's got to build. So, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, number 5. Highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, correct that. We're going to move on to number 4. Number 4 is one everybody loves. I mean everybody.
Including
Your name-
including everybody.
Her name's the dog, Indy.
Everybody.
Right? Yes.
Everybody loves my
Rough.
movie.
Just the way your mother likes it, Trebek. We're talking about number 4, The Rock. Got
1996.
to love
Yeah.
The Rock.
Another Jerry Bruckheimer movie.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? I believe this is a Michael Bay movie as well. There's only like really 2 or 3 Michael Bay movies I actually like, and this is one of them. This is one of them.
What's the other one?
It's that one with...
Bad Boys.
No. It's the other one with Black Widow. Her and Ewan McGregor.
The Island.
Yeah, you love that movie.
I never
like
said
Bad
that. I
Boys.
never said that.
You love that
I never
movie.
said that.
You told me one time, you might have been sleeping, because it's when I climbed into your bedroom window and I was whispering movie ideas and plots to you.
Right.
And I remember you saying, like this, you were like, and I swore your eyes opened up and looked at me and you went, I love the island.
I never said that.
I'm pretty sure that happened. I'm
Maybe-
pretty sure. You looked me right in the eyes.
right.
It was the middle of the night and your eyes were like solid, luminous granite.
Here. I think you.
And they stared right at me.
Yeah.
And you went like this, and you went like,
Yeah.
I love the island.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Like that.
Yeah.
It was freaky. It freaked me the F out. But you know what? I respected that.
Right.
I respected that in the middle of the night. You were thinking about Ewan McGregor.
I'm sorry.
And that's all right. That's all right.
Black Widow and Obi-Wan Kenobi didn't work out. It's too well.
Not Scarlett. You were thinking about Ewan. I can guarantee it.
Yeah.
'Cause you're more of a Star Wars fan. She hasn't been in that.
Not yet.
So I put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, it must have been Ewan McGregor that got you.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yep. It's the beard now. Now that he has the beard, you're
Of
like,
course.
I'm a big Ian McGregor fan.
As you
oh,
should.
maybe it was Chris then. Wait, was that when we were in Thailand and they were giving us massages and they laid us on the same bed and made us face each other? And you looked at me and you were like, I love the island. Was that it?
Wait,
Was it
I've
you?
never seen The Island.
I get you and Kevin confused a lot.
Wow.
I've
Well,
never,
there's
I've
a
never seen that
similar
movie.
look.
Wow. Wow.
Anyway. Anyway, Rob says, we were watching while eating fettuccine Alfredo. Just made it. Hey, good to hear from you, Rob.
Rob.
Maria says, your best losers always whine about their best.
That's right.
Oh, wait, your best? Losers always whine about
Also,
best.
there's another
you gotta
nasty line in there. It makes me laugh, but I can't repeat it.
just
No,
say
that's
it.
not the line.
No?
There's another line where Sean Connery's character says, and something gets
Okay.
to do something to the prom queen.
Oh, yeah. You say the whole thing.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Winners fuck the prom queen. Right? You say it. Come on.
Wow.
No, is it okay? I'm gonna butcher this name, and I'm sorry. Narej.
John Patrick Mason.
Narej. Do you know this person?
Yes, I do.
How do you pronounce the name? Jesus, I've been pointing at it for half an hour. Just say the guy's name.
Nareg.
Nareg? All right. I'm sorry in advance that Kevin can't explain to me how to pronounce your name properly.
Look, you know how to pronounce our Armenian brethren.
It's
names.
on Kevin. I do know most of the time.
Do you know how to pronounce
But it's
Rob?
a very small picture, so how the hell am I
Do you
supposed
know
to
how
know?
pronounce Rob?
He's
Can
Armenian.
you pronounce Rob's name at least?
Look how small his picture is.
Well, look how small everyone's picture is.
Yeah, but I know how Rob looks. I've seen that picture. I've never seen a picture
You don't
of
know how
Narej.
Rob looks.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't
We both
truly
had
know
drinks
how.
with him 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? It's the same quote, says Maria. Rob says, another under-the-radar best is comedy is Amos and Andrew with Nick Cage and Sam Jackson. It was on my list, Rob. Unfortunately, no one else chose it, so it got nixed. So, but I love that film, too. I think it's wackadoo fun.
By the way, we got a great cast in this movie. Michael Biehn, Ed Harris, William Forsythe.
In what?
And The Rock.
Rock.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Amos and Andrew.
And Candyman himself, Tony Todd.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He is good in that.
You like
Oh,
Rocket
from,
Man? I don't listen to that soft
Oh,
shit.
of course, your boy too.
you're
Bokeem
him.
Woodbine.
You're
You like him.
Rocket
You like
Man.
Bokeem Woodbine.
I love Bokeem Woodbine. Are you kidding me?
And it was
Bokeem's
one
a
of the
badass.
last
Street
one of the last
jacking.
movies that
Just
Sean
the best.
Connery made. It was like
Yeah.
one of the top 5 last movies he made.
He
That's-
made one
that's
with
true.
Catherine Zeta-Jones where she just
The
did
entrapment.
like
The
Yeah.
entrapment.
weird,
The entrapment.
like-
The entrapment.
weird, like, you remember when I came over and you were sleeping and I kept talking about the entrapment and I was doing all the moves and shit and I was like, look, Kevin, I'm
That's
under
why I said
lasers.
5.
And then Donald was stuck on the
It was
floor.
like one
Yeah.
of the last 5 he made.
I put my back out. He
You know what?
woke up, I was just laying there.
I'm going to rewatch The Rock this week.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
That's a good
my
idea.
favorite line
It's
in that
so much
movie is
fun.
where Nick Cage is trying to take the chemical balls out of the rocket, and he's like, "Can you fix that?" And he goes, "What? The twitching?" He goes, "Yeah. Can you make him stop? Would you like me to kill him again? Like,
Yes.
would you
The
like
Rock
me to
was
kill
the-
him again? Like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to do?"
I
The
thought
Rock was the
Rocket Man
first-
line is my favorite.
The Rock was the very first DVD I ever burned.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
This is the first
Wait,
time I pirated
are,
DVD?
are you confessing to a crime, sir?
I think he
Live
is.
on
Yes.
YouTube?
Yes, I am.
Live
Wow.
on YouTube. YouTube Live.
Man.
yes.
Kevin is gonna be on the jury on you, bro. Watch.
Yeah.
He said it.
He'll stab you.
And you're in Texas, of all places, where they have very strict laws.
Yep.
He said he was a man
Not
of
about
God.
that.
Well, Chris also wanted to get an abortion while he was at it.
What?
So
How could he? It's not possible.
I guess he's
While,
in, he
while
can't do
dressed
that.
as a woman,
I'm sorry.
Wow. So south. We're all going to hell for that.
I know.
I don't know about that. I think
I'm
only
just
he
gonna
is.
sink down. in my
And that's
chair.
why, Bonnie, you need to lay your
I'm
hands
gonna
of
disappear.
you need to lay your hands of prayer on this man.
Move this over to
Pray
cover
for your
me.
boy Donald.
There we go. There.
Wow.
all right.
All
Let's
right.
move on to number 3.
It's like
Number
it's like
3.
5 viewers.
I know we lost so many viewers. National Treasure is
2004.
number 3. And that's both of them, National Treasure and the second National Treasure. I kind of rolled them all into one,
we're
so that way,
lumping them? Okay.
yeah, so we didn't have to split them up or anything. The second one I find, believe it or not, more outlandish because they're like, oh, if you put water on this rock, it'll appear, and I was like, oh, kiss my ass. No one's throwing water on a rock to see if a message will show up. You sons of bitches.
The
Nah,
second
my
one
fav-
gave us Helen
nah.
Mirren.
It did, yeah. It gave us
Yeah,
Helen
Helen
Mirren. It
Mirren
gave
as
us
the
Gilf.
daughter. That was
Helen Mirren, the
fabulous.
Gilf. Yes, yes.
The one scene that was like Nick Cage cracks me up is where he's on the bridge and they have to read, that quote that was on the Statue of Liberty that was in French. And then he's like, yeah, because the twins were a table. It was 8. It was maple. It was oak. No, it wasn't. It's something. He was like going off of a tangent that was just
It's the
so
best.
funny.
Nicolas
It was
Cage.
just
Yeah, he's fantastic. And John Voight was great in this. Just really good. Did anybody, by
Jerry
the way,
Bruckheimer again.
watch the National Treasure TV series that was on Disney Plus?
I heard it's pretty good.
no.
Bonnie, I watched the first episode, and let me tell you, I want to go back. Unfortunately, here's what the problem is. it got
Yeah.
canceled.
You can't.
So
And then they took it off of Disney Plus.
Removed it
did
off the
they?
platform.
Sons of
Yep.
bitches. Did
They yanked it, and they did that with several other shows too.
I hate that.
don't
Willow,
understand
they did it
why
with.
they
That means
canceled
it was
and then immediately
garbage.
yanked. It's
Not
To
necessarily.
make money. So they can claim a loss on their taxes. That's why.
That's such bullshit.
The same way DC did it with Batman. They're basically getting rid of it so they can do like a
Batwoman, you
tax
mean?
claim. Yeah, Batwoman.
Batgirl
Yeah.
or whatever it was called. I think it
Yeah.
was Batgirl.
It is
Yeah.
such bullshit that,
Yeah.
that they're doing that because they're not giving it a chance to actually develop a bigger audience. Because there's some people that I'm sure would have enjoyed it. They just didn't get around to watching it yet. Because
Same,
that's what
I
happens
really-
with
Hey, John, by the way, John Fox is in Alaska. He says hello from Alaska. So hello, John.
You see, he's
I really
he's 1 hour
enjoyed
behind
that.
us. He's in the Aleutian time zone.
Monica loved Entrapment. Sammy says I'm cynical. Tracy says that she watched the National Treasure TV series and loved it. And David says it was great. Fox says Disney has plenty
was
of
a lot of
losses
fun.
lately. They didn't need that as a loss, LOL. He's not wrong. Yeah, I felt like they could have kept that up. Bonnie,
Yeah.
you saw the ending of it, right? Of season 1? Or the
yes,
only season?
and they set it up perfectly for season 2.
Okay, but does it like leave enough to end it so that you're like satisfied or no?
It does.
Okay.
Because it told a full, complete story of
Great.
the items that they were searching for this season.
Right.
So they did close out the treasure hunt on this one.
Right. Unfortunately, I think
They
a lot
had
of it.
set it up for a new hunt in the second season, and allegedly, if I remember correctly, I did hear that Nick Cage possibly would have made an appearance in season 2.
That's what it suffered from.
His character
Yeah.
was referenced, several times over, and he was on the phone a couple of times,
Mhm.
but he would have made an actual on-screen appearance if I remember hearing rumors correctly.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a third movie, which is great.
Yes,
But the series
Age
suffered
age
from
13 or chapter 13.
the lack of Nick Cage being in it, or you know what I mean? Like I feel like if more characters were involved in it, and unfortunately, I could be wrong, but I think that a lot of Disney series suffer from. It sounds terrible, using strong feminine characters. Yeah, call me controversial. but
Overexposure of female characters?
no, I said using strong female characters. They suffer from that issue. And it's not so much of an issue. It's just the fact that people aren't on board yet with a lot of strong
it's the
feminine
fanboys.
characters. Yeah. So you have,
Yeah.
Nick Cage was a star of National Treasure. Now it's a woman. F that. I'm not even going to try to watch
Same
it.
with the
And
same
it's
with the Willow,
unfortunate because they miss
show.
out. And yes, Chris,
Yep.
the same thing with Willow. Once you find out that there's possibly lesbians involved, oh my God, let's tune that out.
You say thespians or lesbians?
Yeah.
Both.
Oh,
Yeah, they were riddled with thespians.
I see.
I mean, it's just riddled. But
I'm not-
it's
I'm
an
not
unfortunate thing.
opposed. I'm not opposed of strong
If
women.
the story's
Look at
there.
Ripley.
Yeah, right.
you know,
The story has to be there is the thing. And I felt like
Yeah.
with National
Sarah
Treasure,
Connor.
the
Sarah
story
Connor.
it was a good start to the story. I loved Harvey Keitel in that. I loved that he was kind of giving this to her and telling her that you're a treasure hunter. This is what you're born to do. And we get that with her. And then it just,
Yeah.
like that, the series is gone.
And they brought back in Riley Poole's character. He was in it for several episodes, and that was fabulous. It was really well done series. Some of the plot lines were a little out there. It was a little bit bonkers, admittedly, but that was half of the fun of it. It's just it was a popcorn movie, and this was a popcorn series. Just throw it on, enjoy your 30 minutes this week, and just have some fun with treasure hunting and history.
I mean, I love treasure hunting type series and stuff. If they would do a Goonies TV series, I'd be there.
Oh yeah.
But what if it's
Yeah.
led by
That would be
women?
fun.
I don't
And,
care.
and it upsets the fanboys.
Don't care. If it's led by half Latina Asian women,
Hermaphrodite.
I don't care. That are hermaphrodite. Whatever, dude. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
Hmm.
Like, I'm in. Like, just give me that name and I'm in.
Give me
But
that
I'm
name.
easy
I'm
that
all
way.
in on that.
I'm not like everybody else. I'm a little easy that
What
way.
was that short Asian kid's name in the Goonies?
Short round, buddy.
The one who won
Short
the
round.
No.
Yeah,
Data.
short round.
Yeah, it's Data.
Short Round is an Indiana Jones, bro.
Well, you took what I just said and ran with it, buddy. So shame on you.
I'm fighting you.
All right, let's go for number 2 on the
Same
list.
actor, though. I mean,
Number 2 on the
Yeah.
list. Oh, Jarrett, you'll be proud. It's Vampire's Kiss.
1988.
I was 3 years old.
I won this Blu-ray in a contest at a movie theater.
Oh my god, it's on Blu-ray.
That's how I got to see it for the first time. It's so freaking fun. Okay, so I didn't know Nick Cage went full Nick Cage so early on.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire. Oh, it's so
With
good.
the plastic teeth. I'm a llama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, seriously, this is like the cagiest movie there is.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
seen
Oh,
this
it does
one.
not get
Hands down.
Chris, come
than
on.
Vampire's Kiss.
Hands down.
It's a little older. I just have to make. I got to get there. It's the older films.
You know, they did a
Trying to-
double feature Blu-ray on this, and the other one was, what was it? It wasn't Spirited Away, but it was something similar. It was High Spirits, I think is what it was called, High Spirits, and that was with Steve Guttenberg. So we had a Steve Guttenberg-led romantic comedy about ghosts in a Scottish castle, I believe is what it was. And then they bookended it with Nick Cage in Vampire's Kiss. And I couldn't believe that they put the two together on one Blu-ray, but they did. And it's such a perfect double feature. It works so well inadvertently, and I don't know why. It just does. So I highly recommend it if you get a chance.
For me, I would pair it with Once Bitten.
Once Bitten's also a good one with Jim Carrey, yeah?
And Jennifer
Yeah.
Beals. Jennifer Beals is in the movie.
Oh, Jennifer Beals, she's still just such a
Fine looking woman.
pretty looking lady, yeah. She's and such a talented actor.
And Jared says he really ate the cockroach. That's
Really
disturbing.
eat the cockroach, yeah.
Ugh.
Gray says somehow I never saw that one. Come on, Gray, get on that ball. There's the ball. There's you getting on it.
Yeah,
If you
first
could-
time
if you
I
could-
saw it was on TV. However many years ago, it was one of those like digital, in betweeny channels.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I remember seeing it about halfway through. I'm like, oh shit, this is the movie where like all the memes are coming from. I've seen this image of his face. I've seen this and that, and then it just suddenly all made sense. Seeing the whole damn thing all the way through, just my god, it's absolutely insane.
You want to know about
But it's
insane?
enjoyable.
Number 1 on the list is probably quintessential Nick Cage
1997.
and quintessential Travolta.
1997. John Woo's second American-directed film.
And I'm amazed
Face Off.
that this got this high on the list. But
this is my
Why are you amazed?
Surprised.
my third favorite movie of all time.
I don't get it. It's not my cup of tea.
What?
I don't love this film.
What?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What is wrong?
What's wrong with you, man?
You're being a troll right now.
You are being a troll.
It's not my favorite film. It's definitely not my top 5 Nick Cage films of all time. I'm gonna be real.
Kevin.
I'm doing.
Do I enjoy it? Sure.
We need to.
But-
Hand over the face.
I know.
There are better
we need to
Nick
perform an
Cage
exorcism.
films out there.
We need to perform an exorcism upon you, sir.
You know why I like this
He
movie
plays
so
the
much?
good guy most of the time.
It's the
Travolta
only
plays the
film-
wackadoo guy.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
listening, Chris.
No.
Yeah.
No.
See, the people are
Nick
mad at
Cage-
you. You have to rewatch it.
Bro, dude, Nick Cage was this priest.
Thank you, Jarrett.
In
And I'm mad.
the beginning,
You are mad.
where he was like touching, a young lady that was in a choir.
Mhm.
Yes, I remember that.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. And then not only that, the airplane scene, and where he's like telling the pilot, "All right, take off," and then he goes back and shoots the cops, goes right back to the cockpit, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "All right," and then he just shoots him and tries to fly in a plane by himself.
And also, when he's in prison, I'm Castor Troy.
That was John Travolta.
Well, technically,
taking
yes.
over his-
Technically, yes.
Ah, there
yeah.
you go.
But that was-
See? Performed by
but-
another actor.
And
But listen-
also the peach thing. It's about peach. Oh, go ahead.
But here's the thing is that they had to reverse roles in the movie, and they did it so well, especially John Travolta.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not like the movie?
Right? You've got like Cage being Travolta being Cage, and then Travolta being Cage being Cage. It's just
Who do you like better? Who do you like better?
just-
Nicolas Cage or John Travolta? Who's a better actor? Who do you prefer?
In that movie?
Nope.
Personally, I'm
All
a
around. All around. Bonnie
can't-
says
you can't-
Travolta.
See, when this came out, this was the perfect movie for me and my best friend to see together because she was a Nicolas Cage fan and I was a Travolta fan. So this was like
That is the perfect. Yeah.
the perfect girls' night out for us.
And Sal's a big John Woo Woo fan.
Great. Lord of War was on the list. I believe Chris posted it on his list, if I recall, either Chris or Sal. But
I had it on there.
it did not make it. It would have probably been 21 on the list, to be honest.
Lord of War was actually a good one.
The reason this is my favorite movie is the only film I ever went to the movie theater with my dad to see.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
He enjoyed it?
He did enjoy it.
He
It was
took his
after
face off.
It was after a tornado went through our town. It flew over top of our town because our town was in a valley. And we didn't have power, and he wanted to, pick us out because my mom was out of town and he didn't know what to do. So he took us, my brother and I, to get pizza, and then took us to see an R-rated film. It was great.
Were you pirates? Did you dress as a pirate when he was like, we're going to go see an R-rated film?
Sure.
I knew it.
And ever since then, I just loved the film, and it's my, like I said, third favorite film.
Chris, Maria says, I saw this with my grandpa in the theater.
Oh, 26 years ago.
And Janet says either Raising Arizona or Moonstruck are number one. Well, Janet, you're wrong. And that's okay.
Wow.
You have a right to be
You
wrong.
don't insult the audience.
No, I'm just informing her that she's incorrect. That's
So
all.
what should have been number
I'm
one in your
sad
opinion,
that,
by the way?
Weatherman.
Weatherman is not number one. That's
It is in my opinion, and that's what Kevin asked.
Yeah, yours. Yeah,
That's
no,
what
yours.
Kevin asked.
For Jared, it's Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Professor
sad
Turner.
that-
Maria says
I'm
my
a little
grandpa.
disappointed I'm a little disappointed that City of Angels didn't make the list, but
Yeah.
also
That's
I am the only woman in this group. So
I'm
What do you
disappointed
mean?
that-
It was on my list.
8 millimeter.
somehow
Adaptation. That's the one I was upset about.
Matchstick Men did make the list, Rob. It was like number 19?
18.
Yeah,
Technically
19.
19. Yeah, technically 19. It was up there pretty high on the list, but it still made it in the top 20. A great film. Very fun. So that's going to do it, guys, for our Nick Cage rankings. What did you think should have made it?
They just told
why?
us. They just told us.
Really? I'm talking about people that are going to watch this later, you fool.
I see.
What's wrong with you?
I see.
What did
Beautiful.
What did you think about it? What do you think? What are your opinions? Leave them in the comments on YouTube, on Twitter, on
Spotify.
Instagram, wherever the hell you
Big,
want.
Big Sal's
we
Twitch
also-
page. Twitch
Send
page.
Kevin a letter.
Mary didn't make the list.
Here's Kevin's address, everybody. I'm going to type it into the comments.
Which one, Bonnie, didn't make the list? What you were saying?
Peggy Sue got married.
Oh, that's true.
That was my number 4.
This
That's
is Kevin's address if anybody wants to send
I
a
I'm gonna
comment
go on
or a
record.
complaint.
I wish
Adaptation.
Got married had made the official list.
Adaptation was trash.
I'm
Loved
surprised
adaptation.
8 millimeter
bad.
didn't make it.
Bring out the dead.
Bringing Out the Dead was on 2 lists, and it would have been 21 or 22. It would have made it, but it just caught out at the last second. But I do love that idea for that film, and I thought he did a fantastic job.
The Crows didn't even make it. I love Nick Cage and the Crows.
The Croods?
Croods.
The Cruise.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. They love the podcast. Yay, we're approved. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate you all. We would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We got Splatter Frog Brewing, and we have Half's Hot Sauce. If you go to splatterfrog.com, type in the coupon code SHORTBOX, you save 20% off your order. And if you go to halfshotsauce.com and type in the coupon code Donald Hiccups, you save 10% off on your order there as well. So we've got some great hot sauces and some wonderful beer accoutrements that we would highly recommend if you get a chance to purchase those or just visit the sites at least. So thank you for that. Maria says he's made over 100 movies. Hard to pick a top 20. A bunch of duds, but so many good ones. I pick ones that are more characteristically Nick Cage. And she also says good night, everybody.
Good night.
Nick Cage is our national treasure, is what she says. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, he does a great job, and maybe someday one of us will act or be in a commercial with him, or direct him, or edit him, or something. Something will happen.
He'll get married, and then he'll get buried in his pyramid.
Oh, Chris and I went to that pyramid, by the way, when we were in New Orleans, and what a treat that was, let me tell you. Nick Cage is, like, everybody kept kissing it, and he's in a particularly very heavy religious burial ground, cemetery, and they kept having to clean off the lipstick marks, and he was like, no, I love it, like, leave him on. And they were like, no, Nick, you don't understand, that's a defamation of the character of you, that's destroying part of your, I don't know, your luster or whatever, and we can't have that, so we have to clean that. And he was like, oh, okay. So he was like super sad about it, but
leave the lipsticks on my statue.
He really liked it that people were kissing his pyramid. So if you get a chance to go to New Orleans and visit his plot, it's a very white pyramid, and you can give it a little kiss, a little smoochy smooch. Nobody pays attention, so kiss it away. I think, Chris, you kissed it, what, 5 times? I had to pull you away from it, right? Like I was like, we gotta go, dude. Like the tour has moved on. You're like, one more kiss. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Was tongue involved, Chris?
A little bit.
I knew it.
Professor Turner.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah,
I can't believe it.
Chris does like the tongue. It's true. It's true.
Turner.
But thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Big Sal, thank you for being on. Bonnie, thank you for being a part of this. Chris, thank you so much for returning and being a part of this. Love to see you happy and healthy. Kevin, thank you for being here right next to me as always. We appreciate you. And thank you to the listener and the viewer for being part of this podcast. Now, we do an audio podcast every Thursday or Friday. It airs. It is on all the podcast platforms, so please seek us out. If you can't find us, reach out to us and we'll get on that platform for you. But we're pretty much on everything. This airs on YouTube Live. We do this live show almost every Monday. We will not be doing it next week. Next Monday, there will be no podcast because it is July 4th weekend adjacent. So
July 3rd.
We'll be celebrating, we'll be celebrating the holiday, and we will be unable to do a live show. So we will not be here next week, but the following week, we will be here in full force to just get it on. And Kevin's really excited. He's bought a bunch of prophylactics, so he's really excited to get it on with all of you in 2 weeks from today. So thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Ridiculous.
Hope you have a great evening, and if you are mighty thirsty, perhaps you should
have a sweet, tasty, guzzling, and always delicious Rumble Pop.
Good night.
I always want to say